Here we go again. hmm Will Smith had to shatter his image to get that Oscar. After 3 decades in Hollywood, the multi-hyperhenate star finally dropped his Christian persona in one of the wildest and most memorable ones for the Academy Award glory. If you were to say back in 1994 that Will Smith would win an Oscar one day, folks might not have believed you. It's not that it was completely absurd to suggest that he had the chops to achieve what is considered Hollywood, I'm going to call it Hollywood's highest honor. After all, that same year he wow audience when he showed another side of the goofy fish out of water. Yet, oh so cool Will on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with the heart-trending storyline of a young black man disappointed by his deadbeat dad, and Ben Farren, who was in the TV series Roots. hmm And he went toe to toe with heavyweights Stockholm's Channing and Donald Sutherland in 6 Degrees of Separation just the previous year. It's just that he never really played the insidious Hollywood game of the campaign. The exhaustive exercise of transforming yourself from an actor into a celebrity throughout the entire award cycle. Sure, a favorable star charmed us with his hilarious quips, his signature growth for and my interviews about developing into the sight and physical demands of Muhammad Ali for his first nominated turn in Ali in 2002, and he continued to discuss his journey from a blockbuster surefire, Grammy-winning rapper, Grammy-winning rapper, and lovable character from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to a well-respected actor when the Academy recognized him again for The Pursuit of Happiness 5 years later. But it wasn't really until the months leading up to the release of King Richard last year when Smith decided to shatter the dam between his personal life and professional persona and subtly paved himself a smooth path to Oscar victory. But while it proved to be a triumph method for him, it was a wild and ceaseless routine for the rest of us to witness. You can argue that that was a necessary act for his audacious portrayal of Richard Williams, the deeply flawed yet the photo father of real-life tennis champions Serena and Venus, Demi Singleton, and Sanaya Sidney. Richard is direct, uninterested in whatever or not he liked and willing to risk it all to secure his dream of turning his daughters into two of the greatest athletes ever. On the other hand, Smith has generally always taken the safe option. Unlike Clifford and King Richard, Smith has story donned the image of a loving equal partner to his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. He seemed to have very much care about how his fans will view him. He's famously refrained from using curse words in his songs, dodged any hint of controversy by turning down roles like Jamie Foxx role in the Jingle Unchained and denying all kinds of awful rumors about him and his wife. Ever the good guy, both on screen and inside his own carefully created personal narrative, he cleared up any concerns about the stability of his marriage with a surprising failure to the Pinky Smith's chatty red table talk in 2018 that was filled with many revelations, but he made sure that the takeaway was there nothing that could happen that we won't be together and love each other. He said to Pinkett Smith because I have never met anyone like you, and I knew if it wasn't with you, I'd be searching in vain for the rest of my life. But a few years later, Smith clearly ran out of F's. He dropped the act and yanked all his skeletons, his demons, out of the closet to reveal a more flawed version of himself that became more compatible to Wizard. To we saw traces of it with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion in November 2020, where he finally admitted that he was essentially a pompous jerk to Janet Hoover and apologized. His mediocre, his mediocre, if I got the word right, effort to blow up his own image. Meteor, Meteor effort to blow up his own image in the most respectful way possible came in 2021, and it started at a level of about 25 and went up to 10,000 in what felt like a day. The once ripped accent scar exposed his belly on the internet and vowed to get it fixed again. Then Smith spilled all the tea in the most talked about GQ cover story after the releases of his email Real Inclination, in which he acknowledged that his persona all these years had been a ruse to hide some of the emotional scars he had since childhood. Smith candidly discussed how his dad, his biggest champion, abused his mother growing up and how he lived both in fear and awe of him. The article who's this expert from his book. My father terminated me, and he was also one of the greatest men I have ever known. He was one of the greatest blessings of my life and also one of the greatest sources of pain. Will had to settle his image. There was also admission that despite him and Pinkett Smith working out their relationship issues, he's long for haran, a ring of girlfriends that includes Holly Berry and how she never believed in controversial marriage. Will's a player, and just tonight he slapped Chris Rock on live television at the Oscars after the presenter slash comedian made a joke about Jada's safe head. Yeah, I upload 2 videos when Will smacked the crap. No, he slapped Chris, and he said, wow, Will has smacked the out of me." And before that, He said, Jada, I love you. G.I. too, can't wait to see it. Then he yelled to him from his seat in the audience, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth twice. Lest we forget all the chaotic details that emerged once more readers got their hands on Will. His experience with a psychedelic drug following a particularly exhausting spat with Pickett Smith, his teenage suicidal auditions, ideations, falling in love with Channing during his first marriage, Vince decided to murder his dad when he was growing up. I know why, because he was being abused and tormented by his dad. His urge to vomit after having sex. It was a lot and continued to be a roll out on a daily basis like an increasingly uncomfortable alarm clock. But apparently it paid off. The once tight-lipped, eager-to-please star who rose from the 90s and early aughts is now in, as he told GQ, his its 50s and has fully committed to the ridiculous expectations of celebrity culture. He did it in his own time and his own bizarre way, but it worked out. And the best part about it is he hasn't lost an iota of respect from neither his peers nor fans. Mm-mm-mm. Yep, that's it. Dang. So I said this on authors panel, and I think I said it to some of my friends. Um, the only way, because I did not even know this, I did talk about this. I have to say this again. The only way you can win an Oscar, uh, an Emmy, Grammy, Tony, you have to go to these rituals. The, one of these rituals that you have to go through is the humiliation ritual. The order to achieve that success, in order to go further within that success. All right, I'm still learning about this. So these white folks, these crackers, they approached Chris Rock and they gave him a script and he accepted it. You got to pick Will's weak spot, soft spot, whatever. So that's what happened, and he had to go through it too to get that award, and they did not know that he took it too far when he had Chris Rock. Then I hear, oh, it's fake, real, staged. But the way I see it from others, from brothers and sisters from YouTube, it's a humiliation ritual. Then I also saw a video. I didn't click the video. It was a video that Chris Rock had used a lever pad on his right cheek. Let me say it again. A lever pad on his right cheek. hmm Then I gotta go back. So everything went well on the humiliation ritual, but you didn't expect that Will had smacked him and also had yelled and said, "Keep my wife's thing out of your effing mouth." and he said it was just a GI Jane joke, and he said, "Wow, wow," he said, "Yeah," and that was the greatest moment in television history. Hey, what's up, Cobra? Yeah, I'm at the library. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, set up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm. He did, but he was walking like a G. Mm-hmm. Then, um, before I take my leave, you know, um, those awards, something about those awards, they also, oh yeah, I made you a moderator. Those award shows, they are kind of like showing some satanic symbolism. Uh, Then they also racist. Mm-hmm. And um mm-hmm. Yeah. I used to watch the first person that, and they have a reboot on Peacock. It's not comedy, it's drama. We already know that. Yeah, I remember that episode. What Chris dressed as a girl, aka mother of Will Smith. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, um, like I said, the satanic symbolism. They had to go through all these rituals, those evil rituals. Like I just said, the humiliation ritual, the game that success to be not just winning a award before you win an award to be nominated. If I'm like wrong about it, and Max, they talk about this too on this panel. Chris, Trick, I'm just pronouncing the word. Trick, is it Tricks or Twitch? Twitch. Like, it's gonna. Never mind. It's Twitch. I mean, is it Twitch? Tricks? Yeah, dang, I can say tricks. It's Tricks. Dang, never mind. Never mind. So, um, Max, he was in his car. So, um, he said about these humiliation rituals on black celebrities. Yep. Mm-hmm. His father was in the KKK. Yeah. How I know is they told me and I can sense it because he got some racial tendencies. So, Maddie McDaniels, she had to sit in a corner and she won the award. She couldn't sit by white people. She had to sit in a corner somewhere. Mm-hmm. So, um, so Holly Berry had to have Such a big on Thornton. And he penetrated on to get that Oscar. Denzel, he had to play a crooked card to get that Oscar. And I think Jamie Foxx, he won an Oscar. And I think he probably played a stereotypical role. They, I forgot the guy's name. They call him Red Man. He had to get an Oscar to play Sambo characters. Mm-hmm. See, they freaking racist as hell. Mm-hmm. Highly racist. Excuse me. And what else? What else I need to say? Oscar is no what city. Mm-hmm. So the only way you gotta play these stereotypical roles. Then not only that, um, yet if you're a black man, you have to put on a racial dress. All right, I'm going to check it out. So I'm about to take my leave. Assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam. Arabic people, hashtag for the culture. All right.